Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot by Kachu again with another video. I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and donating to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support. And thank you for those of you who've been booking readings with me. It is truly appreciated, okay? So guys, your girl's Patreon channel is up and running. So if you would like to support your girl, you'll be able to find the link in the description box below. I do post 2 exclusive videos per week, so go check it out if you feel called to. So guys, before we dive in, if you've been loving the energy here, I have created a collection of spiritual ebooks and printable workbooks to help you along your journey. From manifestation rituals to love journal prompts, these tools are designed to help you align, heal, and rise. You'll be able to find a link in the description box below or on my Patreon channel under the shop tab. So guys, this is going to be a collective reading, so there are no piles. So we're going to know, how are you being perceived right now? 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 How's the collective? We have the Three of Pentacles. You're definitely being perceived as a great team player with the Three of Pentacles. So this could be like work related, how people view you in the workplace, but you're being perceived as a great team player. Okay, your reputation definitely precedes you. You are a woman or a man of your word with the Three of Pentacles. Okay, how are you being perceived? How are you being perceived right now? How are you being perceived? Ooh, we have the Moon card. Definitely mysterious. There's a lot to you. There's more to you than meets the eyes. Okay, so people could be clocking you. I'm getting like definitely people are clocking you, but they're not seeing much. Okay, with the Moon card, they're not seeing what's happening beneath the veil, because like you're very mysterious with the Moon card. Okay, there's more to you. You're not just one dimensional, you're multi-dimensional. Okay, and but it's hard to people to pinpoint. Wow, we have the star. You could be an Aquarius, Pisces, Cusper, don't have to be, but you're being perceived as somebody who's original, somebody who's authentic. That's why people cannot pinpoint or place you in a box, okay? Like you're the type of person that is a bright light. You're a bright, shining light in a lot of people's lives. Like a lot of people operate in darkness. A lot of people like maybe around you, or like in the darkness doesn't have to be like evil or anything of that sort. It could just be like they operate in low vibrational, like maybe in anger, sadness constantly, right? Like, and their energy is low vibing, but you're operating at a higher frequency, and this is how you're being perceived right now. How are you being perceived right now? Ooh, what? Chariot, Cancer energy. Holy moly, you're coming through with a bang. You're definitely being perceived as somebody who's structured, somebody who's disciplined, somebody who's strong-willed, determined, hardworking with the Chariot. You're being perceived as somebody who is like a go-getter, because the Chariot is Cancer energy, and Cancers are cardinal signs, natural born leaders, self-starters, initiators, somebody who is a go-getter. Okay, how are you being perceived right now? We have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, smooth operator. Okay, my collective, I see you. Charming people with those eyes. I get like you're definitely being perceived as a charmer, a smooth operator. You may have like a lot of people eating at the palm of your hands, whether you know it or not. Okay, people like, you may have like a lot of suitors with the Knight of Cups I'm getting here. People may also perceive you in a romantic sense, like they idolize you, idolize what it would be like to be with you or be your friend or be in your energy. How are you being perceived right now? Wow, we have the Two of Swords. You're definitely being perceived as somebody who is like unbothered, minding your own business, doing your own thing. You're in your own world. You're in your own lane. You're not bothered with what's going on around you, like, or people, what they got going on. You're just focused. You have your eyes on the prize. So you may have like a specific goal that you're trying to accomplish, and you're very focused on that. And that's how you're being perceived right now. Like, people are really like noticing that you're very focused on your own lane, and you're not really entertaining nonsense. You're not entertaining like drama. Okay, you're not entertaining chaos, and you're not even operating in chaos. Okay, how are you being perceived right now? Just one card, please. Ooh, Eight of Pentacles. You're definitely being perceived as somebody who has amazing work ethic, somebody who is dedicated, somebody who's hardworking, somebody who's meticulous. Okay, craftsmanship. Okay, so some of you, I feel like it's work related, especially with the Three of Pentacles, that people are clocking you in the workplace, especially if you work in a corporate environment where like you have to work in teams, or I'm getting like IT, HR, like implementation, SaaS implementation, stuff like that. This is what I'm getting here with the Eight of Pentacles. Like, maybe some of you are in that, or like, because if it's like SaaS implementation, sometimes you may have HR, payroll, time. You may do something like that, or like you could be a project manager. There's something about implementation. I'm also getting like not only that, I'm also getting there's another like field that I'm getting, software engineer. Some of you with the Eight of Pentacles. So let's say if you're a software engineer and you work for like with a big corporation, there could be like, because usually big corporation, they don't only have one software engineer, they have multiple, right? And there's like a hierarchy, a level, and stuff like that. I feel like maybe some of you, you're next in line for a promotion in like if you're a software engineer. Okay, and people are watching you, clocking your work ethics. Maybe you created like a software or security protocol or something of that sort that you did that really helped the business, the company, maybe generate a new source of revenue or increase their current source of revenue. You did something very remarkable with the Eight of Pentacles that is being discussed right now. How are you being perceived right now? Yes, we have the Strength card, Leo energy. Okay, we have two fixed signs here, Leo and Aquarius. You're extremely magnetic. You're extremely courageous too. The way that you're being perceived is you're being perceived as somebody who's sovereign, somebody who's powerful. You have a powerful aura about you with the Strength card. Like, you vibrate at a higher frequency. Like I said, that's why people are drawn to your light. They're drawn to your essence. It's not just your physical appearance, because I'm getting like a lot of you are very attractive here, but it's not just that. You have a light to you that are drawing people in, whether they are healed or unhealed. They're drawn to your light. Okay, how are you being perceived right now? Wow, we have the Ace of Swords. You're definitely being perceived as somebody who brings a lot of warmth, a lot of clarity, a lot of like truth in everything that you do with the Ace of Swords. Okay, you're highly agile and intelligent. That's why I'm getting like project management, because I just heard agile methodology. So some of you, maybe like, I also heard waterfalls. So this is definitely like project management terminologies. Okay, so some of you could be project managers here, or you work in an industry where you have to work with project managers. Maybe you could also be a program manager or a product manager, but it's something to do with SaaS. Okay, something to do with like software as a service. Like, maybe this is what you do for a living as well. Yeah, we have the Queen of Wands. You're very confident. This is how you're being perceived right now. You're bold. Some of you are implementing something, a new product, a new software within your company. Maybe you're leading it with the Queen of Wands, and you're definitely being perceived as competent. That's why I'm getting like it's workplace. Some of you, if it's not workplace, it could just be like in your life, in your community. Maybe you're taking charge of like some sort of like, I don't know why I heard banquet, or a gala. You're, or like if it's not that, I'm getting like some of you could be like event planner. You're planning something and people are talking about it. It's going to be epic. Okay, so how are you being perceived right now? Wow, we have the Page of Pentacles. Somebody who's practical, grounded, reliable, trustworthy. How are you being perceived? Wow, we have the Fool card. You're definitely being perceived in a positive light. Yeah, you may have people that are, trying to instigate, trying to find out about you because they could be like jealous or insecure about your abilities, but you're definitely being perceived in a positive light with the Fool card. I'm getting like you're being perceived as somebody who walks to the beat of their own drum, somebody who's authentic or original. We have the Seven of Cups. There's so many layers to you, okay? Like people could see different possibilities. You're being perceived as somebody who has multiple skill sets and talents, so there's different trajectories that you could take or you could have. Like you have a lot of potential. So how are you being perceived right now? How are you being perceived? What do we have here? We have, oh yeah, you're definitely being watched with the Page of Swords. You're being talked about. There's a lot of gossip, but I don't feel like it's negative gossip, but you're definitely being clocked. Like people are watching you, clocking you, paying attention to every little thing that you do, especially people that are seeing you as competition, because you do have competition here, even though the Five of Wands is not here. What? We have the Empress. You're being perceived as creative, abundant, beautiful, okay, exquisite. Abundance is here heavy for you, okay? Because we have the Empress energy. You could be a Libra or a Taurus, but you're very attractive. Like people are putting you on a pedestal with the Empress energy. How are you being perceived right now? We have the Two of Swords. Yeah, unbothered again. We have the Two of Swords, like indifferent, unbothered. Like you're definitely being perceived as somebody who rests in their femininity with the Empress energy, and you're unbothered by people's nonsense, shenanigans, drama. Like you're not into that. You're not going to entertain that. You're very laser focused on what you have to accomplish, and you're extremely ambitious here. This is how you're being perceived right now with the Queen of Wands and the Strength card and the Empress. But your ambition is not something that is forceful. Like you're not stepping on people's toes. You're not trying to like bully your way to the top. Like you're doing so in an eloquent manner with the Empress energy. How are you being perceived? We have the Page of Pentacles again. Yeah, practical, grounded. Okay, you're also being perceived as somebody who's learning fast, somebody who's adapting really fast to your environment. So maybe where you're working right now, you might be a new employee or fairly new, maybe like less than 6 months, but like more than 2 months. So in between 3 to 6 months that you've been working at the company, but you're learning pretty quickly. You're adapting very quickly with the Page of Pentacles, and you're getting things done. You're making waves. Okay, so how are you being perceived right now? We have the Two of Wands. Yeah, you're being perceived as somebody who's going places, somebody who has a trajectory with the Two of Wands. Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you're definitely being perceived as somebody who's gonna have a lot of victory, or it was destined for greatness with the Two of Wands. Like somebody's definitely paying attention to your trajectory when it comes to your career. If you are an influencer, there could be people watching you to see like how far you're going on your own because they want to invest in you. How are you being perceived? How are you being perceived right now? We have the Ten of Cups, emotionally fulfilled, emotionally content, emotionally happy, emotionally in alignment with your desires. That's how you're being perceived. Like you're happy with yourself, you're happy where your life is going, you're happy with the progress that you've made in your life, and you're not complaining. You're very much secure within yourself. How are you being perceived right now? Wow, we have the Chariot again. Cancer energy twice. You could definitely be a Cancer. Cardinal energy is here twice because we have Libra as well, another cardinal sign. And we have two fixed signs. No, actually three fixed signs because we have Taurus. So you're very grounded, methodical, okay? You are somebody who is very driven, and yet your drive is something that people are paying attention to. Your determination with the Chariot, okay? So how are you being perceived? Wow, Temperance. Holy moly, we have a lot of major arcanas for you, okay? So this tells me that you coming off as somebody who is well poised. Okay, this is how you're being perceived right now with the Temperance card. Somebody who is well balanced. Okay, there is some sort of divinity that people could sense about you. like I said, you have a light to you. You shine brightly everywhere you go. Even if you don't want to shine brightly, even if you want to dim your light just to protect yourself, you're still being seen. You're still being sensed. It's like even if you try to dim your light, you cannot contain your power. It is felt. Like when you walk into a room, your power is felt. It shifts the room. You cannot alter it. It's felt. Okay, you could try to cloak it if you want to, but it's still being felt. Okay, it's just maybe you could adjust the magnitude of it, but the strength of it, like the power, like this is not something you really contain or diminish. It's felt like when you walk into a room, and this is how you're being perceived right now. How are you being perceived right now? It's just one card, please, Spirit. What do we have here? Ooh, Two of Pentacles. We have 222, quadruple two. So you may see this number often. This is the number of balance, practicality, duality, compatibility. There's something about you that is well balanced here. And this is how you're being perceived right now. You're also being perceived as somebody who is multi-talented with the Two of Pentacles. You have the ability to multitask, or you have multiple skills that you use simultaneously. Okay, and that takes a lot. Like I feel like, especially in environments where you have to do like project management, implementation specialists, software engineers, you have to be multi-talented. Like you can't just be good at one thing and one thing only and be too rigid, because those type of work environment, or those type of industries requires you to be versatile. So I feel like you fit very well within that industry. So how are you being perceived right now? Wow, we have the Tower. Ooh, unexpected. You're crumbling somebody's expectations or what they thought of you. How are you being perceived right now? You could be a Scorpio here, and if you are a Scorpio and it's your birthday today, happy birthday. Okay, so how are you being perceived right now? Ooh, we have the High Priestess. We have all the water signs here. So you could definitely be a water sign, highly intuitive. This is how you're being perceived right now. And with the Tower, something shocking, something was revealed about you, revealed about your competence. Okay, somebody may have underestimated you initially because you may not really like. I feel like I said, I was saying earlier, you might dim your light to protect yourself, and maybe that's what you did in the presence of this person. Maybe you felt like this person had maybe had insecurities, and you didn't want to, not that you didn't want to provoke them, but you didn't want them to have their eyes on you like a hawk. But this person now is like realizing a lot of things about you that they didn't see before. There's some sort of revelation with the Tower when it comes to you. Somebody's realizing something about you now. What was revealed about you is that you're unpredictable, and it's not in a negative way, it's in a positive way. There's many layers to you. Okay, so that's all I have for the collective. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.